Hi, I'm John, and this is Dice Paper Miniatures Live Clips. These are segments pulled from my Twitch live streams. This is a way for me to cross-promote both my YouTube recorded content as well as my Twitch live streams. The kind of content you'll see on the live clips focuses on, well, the material I have over on Twitch live stream, but in bite-sized segments. Everything from miniature painting to hobby reviews and discussions, unboxings, and various industry news. It would be awesome if you could click that subscribe and notification bell for future content updates, as well as share this content. All of this helps with the YouTube algorithm. In addition to helping the YouTube channel here, it also helps bring awareness to the Twitch livestream, which is typically at least once a week, if not multiple times a week. The schedule is a work in progress, so it definitely helps to follow me on Twitch so you don't miss any of those live streams there. But if you do, that's what the live clips are for here on YouTube. And lastly, before we get into the content here for the live clip, please consider checking out the merch store over on Teespring, where I have things like t-shirts, mugs, stickers, banners, and now face masks, which are perfect for respecting the space of your fellow gamers at your local game store. Furthermore, some of these live clips I do reserve for my Patreon page, which if you haven't checked that out, I definitely encourage you to check out the Patreon, as that is just another way to help support the channel, which helps creating the content that you see here. Thank you so much. Now here is today's live clip. Well, good evening. Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm John, and for those of you that are new here, welcome. If you haven't yet, consider please following me. I'm trying to grow my stream here, and all the followers, definitely each one of you mean a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate your follow. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down here. So this preview is what came out this weekend, and right off the bat, they had a fairly long video, which I think I've watched about half of it. In fact, no, I think I've watched all of it, but right now, for whatever reason, it's just showing my progress at about 30 minutes into the hour 40. But I'm pretty sure I've seen this whole preview. What's pretty cool about this is, if you haven't subscribed or followed the Warhammer community on Twitch, you get like a 20% off on subscribing to their channel on Twitch. That's pretty cool. What I'm actually really excited about was the Necromunda announcement. So the Iron Fist of the Orlocks. These are cool. This is another video. Again, we're gonna go and take a look, check this video out. Again, I'll dial the sound off on it, but yeah, I'm super excited for this particular new expansion for the Orlocks. You know, speaking of gaming rigs, that's probably the next thing I need to do, is build a serious, not so much for gaming, but for streaming. Like, I have a gaming laptop, but that thing I feel like it gets a little warm with new games. And if I'm going to be playing the new Necromunda Underhive Wars coming out in particular, I may want to be, consider that as a potential thing I have to do as far as upgrade my gear a little bit. Yeah, so these models, they show them further on in still shots down here. So you get a new book. This is the House of Iron. So right now, I wouldn't say it's a second season, but it's kind of a second season for Necromunda. We had the Goliaths. They had the House of Chains, and then the Eschers. They just came out, will be coming out, I believe, next week or the week after. We'll get the House of Blades, and now we've been previewed this House of Iron. Personally, of what we've seen so far, I prefer Goliaths more than Eschers, but I really did like the sculpt of the Escher Gang expansion. But this House of Iron is super sweet because Well, you got jetpacks. So that's just cool to me. I'm going to go to those first, and then we'll come back to the other models. So these guys are just great looking. So if you're familiar with Necromunda, they typically have what are called juves, which are new gang members for each house or each gang. And in this particular expansion, a lot of the juves have these kind of like, they look like flamethrower jetpacks. They're really sweet. The posing's great. What's also really nice about Necromunda in general is just all the cool bits you get. A lot of these can work well for like Genestealer cult armies in 40k, or even like Imperial Guard, or like character models, or even like for Inquisitor character models as well. There's just a lot of cool bits. And of course with Necromunda, you can keep them gang specific or house specific, or you can just use them to create your own like custom mercenary. So yeah. It looks like they mix it up. There's some male juves and female juves as well, so that's cool. Yeah, these jetpacks are rad. But going back up to some of the main non-flying models, this is just a really sweet kind of come get some badass pose, I think. It's a pretty classic pose, to be honest, as far as the Orlocks go. But it's a solid, I think it's a solid design. And then this guy is just brutal looking. So their thing is the House of Iron. They're a miner's kind of house within the Necromunda world. And so they have these like mining exosuits, hammers for crushing rock, drills for drilling, etc. So that's kind of their background as far as what their house does. And they implement that into their gangs for gang wars as well. Really cool. And then of course, the other thing that I think they're called canids, the cyber mastiffs. Yeah, these are really cool looking too. They kind of look like cybernetic Doberman pinchers. I think there's we've seen these before, but only one on Forge World's website. It came with another character model for the Orlocks, and that one looked a little bit more like a pit bull, from what I recall. In fact, we may take a look at that later, but if you haven't yet, I'd recommend going to Forge World. They have a character model for the Orlocks, and the Cyber Mastiff there is pretty sweet too. But I think these are really cool. For sure. I'll be curious to see how they play out. But yeah, for my main thing I wanted to focus on, one of the main things I wanted to focus on for this evening are these new Orlocks for Necromunda for sure. So if you catch this in a future live clip, that'll be it for just the Necromunda part of this. So again, if you're seeing this on the live clip on YouTube, if you haven't yet, I would greatly appreciate if you consider hitting that notification bell and subscribe to the channel, and then share. It really helps get, with the YouTube algorithm to get the name out there. And yeah, if this was the only clip you saw for the evening, definitely thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back soon.